Hello, hello, welcome to the Happy Hippie. I am Nina and I'm here to do your pick a card reading for today. These readings are general, so take what resonates and leave the rest, please. I list all the cards I use below and I also put timestamps below so you quick and easy can jump straight to your reading once you have made your pick. Now, I also do channeled work on another channel called Pure Light Awakening. You can find that in the description box below if you're interested in the awakening, ascension, symptoms, communication with angels, star beings, and such. You can find all you want to know there on that channel. Now, for today's reading, we are going to talk a little bit about spring and spring energies. I'm looking forward to spring so much, and I wanted to bring some of that energy into our reading today. So we have something to look forward to. So that's kind of the topic for today. Angel messages, spirit messages regarding spring, okay? So you have three different piles to choose from, 1, 2, and 3. And we have 3 crystals today. This is a tower of an amethyst tower, or generator, it's also called. Now this is a smoky quartz tower, or generator. And this is a citrine crystal. Okay, so ask your angels and guides to guide you. Sink into your intuition so that you make sure that you pick the pile that was meant for you, and we will dive right into it. I will start with number 1. Okay, removing number 3 and number 2. Okay, number 1. So if you pick the amethyst tower, amethyst crystal, then this is the reading for you. Beautiful, beautiful amethyst. I'm so in love with this amethyst here. I'll put it up here so it'll be part of your reading. Now, these cards today are new cards I have not, well, I have used these before, but I haven't used these before. These are energy cards. They came kind of just on paper print, so I had to laminate them and such. That's why they kind of look a little bit wonky, but they have some energies on them. So we're going to look at the energies, and this is only an image, and we're going to intuit the image. So that will be your kind of overarching energy, and then we have some oracle cards and other stuff as well. So let's look at it. I want to look at this image first. Wow, okay. For me, that is, you can see it's kind of Kundalini rising. It's the chakra system. It's the energy. It's the aura. And for me, this card is very much about healing. It's balance, balancing your energy field, balancing your chakras. And it's about some sort of awakening or some sort of opening up process is what I feel with that energy. So let's look at the other energy cards. So you got transformation and guided protection. Okay. So with that, I would say that there's a message in here for you that you are protected, number 1. So that's kind of one big message, but there is some transformation happening with you. And I would say that it has to do with your energy field. It could be the Kundalini rising. It could be balancing your chakras or energy aura field, but also an opening up. As I said, I have a feeling, and they're saying that it's safe for you to open up now. Okay. So I feel like that is a big message for you, number 1. Now let us look at the butterfly cards. As I said, it's a little bit about, I have butterfly cards and I have herbs and flower cards. A little bit about spring today. Okay, so let's look at it, number 1. Be true to you, standing in your truth. Feel safe enough to stand in your own truth is what I also feel with that. And you also got spiritual growth. Okay, yeah. So you're having a huge transformation, a huge spiritual growth happening. Underneath the deck, you got healing from the past. As I said, I had a feeling that it also had something to do with healing. So there might be some healing, past wounds that is healing now. That is kind of coming to the surface to be looked at, to be felt through, and to be healed or to be felt through so that it can leave your physical form if needed. Okay, so I'm also going to look at these herb flower cards. I have a feeling that this is very much about your ascension process, about your awakening process, about a frequency shift in your physical form, number one. Okay, there is a huge shift happening, so I have a feeling that your frequency is rising. Okay, and that might feel, it can feel very heavy on the body, on the physical form. So with that, I would just say, you know, be in it, accept it as it is, and just feel this through now, because it will pass at one point. But you kind of have to be bold enough to stay in that for a while, because you're healing also some past wounds in all of this. It might be the dark night of the soul that you're going through here. You got the word harmony with Hawthorn, beautiful. And also repair. Again with the healing, people. Underneath the deck, freedom. Okay, so that's kind of where you're headed though. See that cage that has, where the door has been opened? That's kind of what I feel is happening. As I said, you're emerging, you're coming out of something. And I have a feeling that it has very much to do with healing past wounds. Okay, I'm just going to find a tarot deck here. Yeah, tarot deck with also flowers and roses on it, on the back. They're falling out here. So you got an Ace of Wands. That's new energy coming towards you. You are definitely going through some sort of awakening process here. If it's Kundalini rising or if it's new light frequencies coming into your physical, it's a major transformation here. You also have the Page of Swords, which can be new truths and new information coming towards you, but also it can be someone that is communicating kind of childish or kind of not maybe mature way of communicating. So that might be a person for you. Yeah, take that as it resonates. Okay, the transformation card. Death is the transformation card. So, wow, a huge transformation happening for you. Underneath the deck, Knight of Swords. So that can be cutting away old, you know, strings that have been attached to you. It can be cutting away old energies. It can be cutting away people from the past. Have to take that as it resonates. But that's also happening in all of this right now. So you're definitely healing. You're definitely going through a huge transformation. You're definitely getting more light, potent light, new frequency light into your physical. They're telling you that you are protected. They're asking you to stand in your truth. They say that you have that protection and you have that support now where you can do that, where you can stand in your truth. And harmony is kind of the possibility for you moving forward, as well as freedom, because you're letting yourself out of a cage now. You're cutting the cords to that which no longer serves you and stepping into something totally new is what I feel. Now I also want to pull some fun little cards from these angel cards, the original angel cards. So it's just a box of a lot of cards, and I will just kind of find some and I pull some out of here. Okay, let's see what you get. Harmony again. Wow. Okay, so that's beautiful. You got harmony twice. So there will be a balance after this is what I feel. And you also got peace. Now that's also with the freedom over here. Beautiful. Adventure. Okay, so after this transformation, there will be kind of a new adventure happening. You also got efficiency. So with that, I would say, in order for this to kind of move through you and for you to move forward in an effective way, I feel you need to seclude yourself a little bit more. You need to say no to some things so that you have enough time to feel all of this through, because there's a huge shift happening within you. They say that you have the strength and authenticity to stand in your own truth. And they're asking you to stand in your own truth, be authentic to who you truly are, okay? So to end off this reading today, I'm going to pull a couple of charms, okay? Just from the bowl underneath here, and see what you get. Number one, for the spring energy. So this is kind of spring energy that we're pulling towards us. So this is kind of a forecast as to what we can maybe face come spring. And so they're preparing us a little bit for what we can do moving into that energy now. Well, you got really many charms here. So you got a heart. You got a fish. Now, a heart, of course, is love. It can be from someone or it can be from spirit. Fish is prosperity. The ice cream is kind of indulging yourself and going out in the sun and grabbing an ice cream. You got the Buddha here, so maybe an invitation to do some yoga and meditation. You got the peace symbol again, so there's definitely peace coming towards you after all of this. There is a circle. There is something coming full circle now, but this can also be the letter O for you or for somebody else. You got a star, wishing upon a star. That's beautiful. You got a stocking, so that's also gifts kind of coming your way. You got a train, which can mean travel. There might be travel coming this spring. You got a flower, so transformation and growth. Another heart with stars. And you have a sun behind the clouds here, which means that things will get better, even if it might feel heavy for you right now. You got another heart. And you got a sun. That's beautiful, beautiful news. You got a penguin. So if you're living in a place where it's cold, where it's snow, maybe it's an invitation to go out and play in the snow. You got another star. You got yet another peace symbol. Wow, that's amazing. 3 peace symbols here in the freedom card. You got a football, so maybe you can go out and play, go out and have some fun. Go, if you have kids, maybe go and play with the kids. You also have another heart, so you have 4 hearts here. So for some of you, there might be 4 in your family. Just to have that said, it might be significant for that. But there's lots of love coming towards you here. And it can be, of course, from people. It can be from family, friends, or loved ones. It can also be loved ones in heaven. But it can also, of course, be love from spirit. You have 2 stars, so I would say that when you have been wishing upon something, this is an answer from your spirit team, saying that your answers will come, and what you are wishing for will come, but it will come in the way it was meant. The Buddha, as I said, invitation for yoga or meditation maybe. The sun will come after the clouds. You just have to allow yourself to be in this process for a while. And the peace, definitely, I have never seen 3 peace symbols pop up in the same reading. So that is significant. You will find your peace and you will get to the freedom. But there is a period of time now towards spring where you need some healing and you need to allow yourself to be in this process of receiving this potent frequent light and allowing it to do what it needs to do with your physical form. When this high potent light comes into your physical form, it will rattle all the energy that is vibrating on a lower frequency than the light coming in, and so that will be rattled and it will come up to be felt. Do not try to escape it, just feel it through, and then it will dissolve when it's ready to be resolved. And that's kind of the healing, okay? So that's happening. And you just continue having your eye on your truth, on your authenticity, on your harmony and peace that you so desperately want. You keep having that eye on the ball. And from my perspective here, it's going to work out very well. But there is a huge transformation happening with you right now, number 1, okay? So that's pretty much all I have for this reading. I hope this made sense. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't. And click the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. With that being said, thank you so much for being part of this reading today, number 1. Until the next time I see you. Bye. Okay, number 2. So if you chose this smoky quartz crystal, then this is the reading for you. I just love this smoky quartz. It's so clear and beautiful. I'll put it up here so it will be part of your reading. Now, we are going to look at these 2 cards, which are energy cards. So they kind of came in paper, so I had to laminate them and cut them up. And this is a card where it's just an image. So we're going to intuit the image, and then we're going to look at what energies you are coming into or that you are drawing towards you from spring. Okay, so let's look at this card first. Okay. So for me, this can be bureaucracy. This can be a boss. This can be strength as well, but it can also mean confinement. It can also mean standing in your truth, in your power. But it can also be constriction, that you are constricting yourself, that you're holding back on something and not allowing yourself to kind of spread your wings a little bit here, number 2. It can also be legal issues that might be resolved or coming towards you that you might want to look at. Okay. But I do feel like it can also be an invitation for order, an invitation for seeing things for what they are, seeing things for the truth that it is. Because you see, there's also a light above his head here. So it might be an invitation to look at things from a higher perspective. Okay, let us look at the energy cards now. Low vitality. It's okay, so you might have been feeling a little bit low on energy. Relationships. Okay, so this might have something to do with relationships for you. It can be a love relationship, it can be friendship, it can be family, it can be work related. So you have to feel into where this kind of makes sense for you, number 2. Okay, now we're going to pull some butterfly cards. This is kind of very spring for me, so we're going to pull a couple of cards here to see what kind of energies might come towards you from spring. So this might be an energy that you're in now, but let's see what you can pull towards you now, number 2. Okay? What are your wishes moving forward, kind of? Gracefully aging. Okay. Self-employment. Oh, wow. Underneath the deck. Memories. So this might have something to do with your past as well. That's coming back around, just to have that said. Self-employment. So there might be that you're breaking out of some sort of confinement, being a work relationship that you're not happy with. And you're actually moving into something, doing something for yourself. Because the situation you are in might actually be draining you from energy. So that might be significant for some of you. For others of you, this might have something to do with relationships. And that the need for kind of going solo, maybe, or at least feeling like you are in charge of your own life, kind of. The graceful aging, I think that's an invitation for you to take better care of your physical form. A low vitality is very often when we give way too much out and we're not receiving enough. And so that will also kind of make our physical form age faster. So by getting that beautiful love light into your physical form, you will, of course, age more gracefully. So that's just kind of, for some of you, you have to take that as it resonates with you. Now, these are kind of herb and flowers cards. So let's see what spring will bring for you, number 2. Meditation. Wow. Freedom. Wow, beautiful. Reflection. Okay. So there is some reflection needed. There is some thinking needed. There is some meditation needed here. Because if you are in low vitality, and if you're feeling constricted in some way, shape, or form, you yourself is the only one who can kind of let you out of that. So there's telling you through meditation, you will find the answers. You will fill up, of course, through meditation with more energy. And through that, you will find your freedom. And I feel for very many of you, I just feel like this has to do with breaking free from a constricted situation, whether it be relationship or work related. And they're kind of inviting you to stand in your own power, stand in your self-employment in that sense, okay? So let us look at some tarot cards. This one that just popped out. Three of Cups. So this might also have to do with a friendship situation or a work situation, colleagues, family, you know. So you have to feel into where this fits for you, number 2, okay? Another one popped out. The Chariot. That's good news, though. It's forcefulness, and it is a victory card, but it's also about choice, okay? So there might be that there's a choice that you have to make here, number 2, okay? So let us pull one more card. Queen of Wands, beautiful. So that's where you're headed. And this is also very much about self-employment. And also the Queen of Wands is someone who's very spiritual. So I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are considering a spiritual business of self-employment. So they're kind of telling you that that is in the cards here. Underneath, Queen of Swords. Truth, seeing things clearly, seeing things for what they are. And that's something I also said with this card, that I felt that there is an invitation to go and see things from a higher perspective, seeing things for what they truly are. So through meditation, that's where we get into that kind of energy, okay? So I feel like that might be very important for you now, number 2. I want to pull a couple of these angel cards. They're just loose in the box, so I'm just going to shake them around a little bit here. And I'm just going to pull a couple underneath in here. Okay, oh, there was very many that fell out. Oh, there was one that just wanted to be part of this too. Okay, we'll take that. Communication. Okay, so communication is key. If this situation has something to do with a partnership or a relationship or work relationship, it's important for you to communicate clearly now, okay? And you also got acceptance. Accept the situation for what it is. So that's kind of the first step to healing anything, no matter what it is to accept the situation as it is. And then seeing things from a higher perspective. Beauty. Wow, beautiful. Okay, so I feel like that's kind of where you're stepping into. You're stepping into something that's going to be very beautiful for you. Sisterhood and brotherhood. This might be a sister or a brother situation. As I said, family. But also sisterhood, brotherhood can also be an invitation to move into another kind of group now. Another kind of communionship where you feel like you're being heard and understood and loved for who you are. Okay? So I feel like this reading can go many places, number 2. So you have to feel whatever it is that you feel resonates with you. Okay? But all in all, I do feel like the big message here for you come spring, and to focus from now to spring, is to meditate, is to bring the light in and see things from a higher perspective, see the truth for what it is, accepting the truth for what it is, communicate clearly how you want things, and then move into the freedom and maybe self-employment that you... for me, from the cards, from what I can see, is destined to do. Okay, so there is something about memories here as well. So there might be something still kind of hanging, you know, some energies or some memories of some sorts from the past that might need to be looked at a little bit. So because you also got the card of reflection, so there might still be something that you need to look at and feel through in that sense. Okay. Now, to end the reading today, I'm going to pull some charms for you guys. So let's see what you get, number 2. Just a couple in my hand today. So you got 2 snowmen here. So that can mean a couple. It can mean mother and father figure, brother and sister. But it also, for me, is kind of significant for playfulness and also building blocks. As in, we make one big ball and then a smaller ball and then a bigger ball, you know, a smaller ball. So you can kind of build one ball on top of each other to build a snowman. So you have to take that as it resonates with you. You got a football, and that for me is, of course, moving your physical form, being more active, but also playfulness, okay? It can, maybe you can play football with your kids or your grandkids or your brother and sister's kids or whatever. Just kind of go out and play more. You got a heart, so that's a message from the universe, but also with a key in it. And I'm putting that also on top of the cage here. And I hear also them saying, for some of you, this is regarding self-love. And that self-love is the key for opening the cage. That was for some of you. Now, this is actually from a train, kind of a, I don't know what you call that, a train. Well, it holds it holds logs and stuff. So train for me can be a travel, of course. It can be movement. It can be from going from one place to another. Take that as it resonates. Now you got a gem with sparkles on it. So for me, that's about putting on the nice stuff, not being afraid to shine, actually. Not being afraid to overdress or to put on the makeup or put on the nice stuff, even though maybe others do not. You know, don't be afraid to shine. You also have a wave here, a sparkly wave. For me, that's about vacation and going to the beach and having a bath, and also water, rinsing water, drinking enough water. Being close to water can also be very healing. You have a temperature measurement thing here. So I would say, you know, yeah, take the temperature before you dip your feet in. And that is, of course, with everything. Take the temperature on the energies before you dip your feet into anything. So that's something. But it might also be that this situation where you felt trapped, it might have been quite tempered. Okay, it might have been a discussion or something that was quite tempered, since that comes up. Yeah, I think that was that when it comes to that one. Now, this is a fairy, so an invitation for more nature for you. And also connecting with the fairies, with the spirits of nature, I would say. So that might be something you want to look into. That might be something that you are drawn to. Spirits in nature are many. Here in Norway, we have very, long traditions with communicating with the nature spirits. Being it gnomes or fairies or little creatures living in the woods. So we have a long history on that here. So I don't know which country you live in, but look into maybe if there are some nature spirits that's in your history, in your country, or the country you are in right now, and see if you can connect. That's quite a fun little expedition to do when you're out in nature, to see if you can communicate with nature spirits. Okay, plants and trees are also kind of nature spirits, so take this as it resonates. But that's also where you get through the meditation, right? So just an invitation to play with those kind of energies as well is what I feel, number 2. Okay. So that's pretty much all I had for you this time around. I hope this made sense. I hope that you now see the way going towards spring and what you can do to prepare yourself for these energies that you want to bring towards you, so that you can shift maybe the energies that you're in. So I hope this made sense. If it did, then give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. Click the bell so you get notified every time I upload. With that being said, thank you so much for being part of this reading today, number 2. And until the next time I see ya. Bye. Okay, number 3. So if you pick the citrine crystal, then this is the reading for you. I just love this citrine crystal. It's so beautiful and so bright. I'll put it up here so it will be part of your reading today, number 3. Okay, so let's look at these cards. Now, these 2 cards, the big cards here, they are energy cards. So that's an energy that you might be in or that you might be drawing towards you come spring. This is a card that only has an image. So we will intuit what that image might have in store for you, number 3. And then we have other cards that we will get into as well. Let's look at this. Wow. Butterfly transformation, third eye, seeing things clearly, meditation. I have a feeling that this is about the awakening process. Yeah. I have a very light feeling with this. I have a very soothing feeling with this card. Yeah, I had this is yeah, I want to draw the other cards before I say anything more. Let's see here. You have actions, beautiful colors, and visualize. Yeah, vision. Okay. So seeing things clearly, as I said, third eye opening, maybe action, meaning there might be action coming towards you, or you might be invited to take action on something. So let's look at the butterfly cards here for spring, number 3. I have a feeling that they are inviting you to step it up when it comes to the spiritual. But let's see what happens here, number 3. Okay. Let's see what they are saying with the butterfly cards here. Grief work, okay. Relationship dynamic. Wow. Underneath the deck, hobbies. So with hobbies, there might be that they're inviting you to look at some hobbies that will get you into the flow of your creativity, which will also automatically get you into the flow of your spiritual, of your soul space, okay? So that might be something. Relationship dynamics. I feel like there's a balance here that's needed. And grief work, you might have been going through something severe in the past. And what they're saying with that is that there will still be a couple of maybe last parts of that grief work that you will just have to feel through, okay? Allowing yourself to be in that space where you just kind of let it, you shine the light in, right? And then it will shine on these lower frequent energies and they will come up to be felt through. Do not push them away. Do not try to heal them away. You just let them come and feel them through. And that's the way we release. And that's the way we heal. Okay. So with that being said, you have to take that as it resonates. They want you to visualize and keep your eye on the goal here. Okay. That's why the third eye came up here. Is very much about opening your senses to seeing things for what they are as well here. Okay. So let us look at some herb and flower cards for spring here. I feel like they're inviting you for a shift here, you see. It's a very strange feeling I have, but let us look at the cards and I will explain. Activation, yeah. That's what I said. Change, yeah. Underneath, open. As I said, they're inviting you to open something up now. There's a key here. And these are kind of mechanical wheels and change in the wind. So they're definitely asking you to transmute some sort of energy. And I think that's where the action comes in, okay? Because with this, I had a feeling of the third eye opening, of opening to spirit, of transmuting, of, you know, there's something major happening in your energy field is what I feel. So there's an activation. So there's an activation of maybe some light activation of your DNA. So that will rattle the grief, okay? That will rattle if there is lower, as I said, if there are lower frequent energies within your physical form, then that new light will rattle that to coming up to be felt, okay? So they're saying keep your eye on the ball, though. Just allow yourself to be in it, but just keep your eye on the ball. This too shall pass, kind of, okay? They're asking you to be bold enough to open up now, all right? So take action as in that sense. They're also saying something about relationship dynamics, and I think that will change if you are having some trouble within that field. That will change as soon as you have shifted this energy, you see. So that's where the action cards comes in. You kind of have to focus on that now. You have to set aside the time to do that work now, is kind of what I feel they're trying to say. So let's look at some tarot. Six of Cups. That's the past, you see. So there might be some grief regarding your childhood or past memories that's going to come up now. And just be prepared for it. There's nothing wrong with it. It's not danger in it. It will come when it's ready to come up. And just allow it to be felt through, okay? That's all I can say about that. Justice. So there's it's a balance that's needed here. It's a balance that's going to come if you are willing to do the work here, okay? The Magician, beautiful. So this is what you're stepping into, you see. It's as I said, I have a feeling that there's a huge shift. There's a light activation happening for a one celebration. So that's kind of where you're headed, though. So you are the magician of your own life. See, underneath is the Two of Wands, which is the card of planning. So you are the magician of your own life. You are now stepping into being more and more of the magician, okay? You are stepping away from kind of the 3D world and you're stepping into the 5D world. You are being activated. Your DNA is being activated with new frequent, high frequent light, okay? So there's a huge change happening. So your action is to actually feel through whatever it is that you need to feel through now. Visualize the end game. Keep your eye on the ball. Remember that you're the magician. Remember that you are a higher self having a human experience. Open up for all this frequent, high frequent light coming into your physical form. If you have trouble focusing on this, go in there through hobbies, through being creative. Then you will get into your creative flow, into the soul space, and it might be easier for you to get into that alignment, okay? I also want to pull some cards from this angel cards box here with mini cards, and then we have some charms in the end. I'm just going to shake those about a little bit and then pull some cards here. Okay. Openness, again with the open. Wow. It's very clear message here, okay? And then you have harmony. You see, this is what you're getting into, you see, but you have to do the work first. But this is kind of the end game for you come spring if you have done all of this. Efficiency. So they're asking you to set aside the time and to kind of have your focus on that now. Visualize, focus on the ball, right? Oh, you got love. Beautiful. So that might be love coming towards you this spring, as in a person, but it can also mean renewal of love. It can be love from family and friends, of course. It can be love from someone in spirit, and it can be love from the angels and spirit in general. Okay. So we're going to pull some charms here in the end today, number 3. Let's see what you get. Well, quite a bit. Oh, yeah, okay. You got the bopper. And that's kind of where you feel like you just have head above water. So that might be a feeling that you've been having, okay? So with that being said, you know, the only, yeah, I can just say what they are saying. This too shall pass. It will get better, okay? You just have to allow yourself to be in that state right now, okay? Allow yourself to be in it. Allow yourself to feel it through. You got the sign of Gemini, so that might be you, or it might be that way, or it might be someone in your vicinity, or it might also be an invitation to communicate clearly. You got this old brush, so there might be someone in spirit or an ancestor, maybe a grandmother or something that had a brush like this. or it might be something that you have inherited, some sort of a jewelry or brush or something. But this for me is very often a message from your ancestors, a message from someone in spirit, saying that they're with you, and they're kind of saying hello with this, okay? Now you got the rainbow, so all the colors of the rainbow, also a lucky symbol for me. You got the wave, which is significant, or water, which is significant for rinsing with water, healing with water, drinking enough water. You got a heart with stars in it, so again, love. Now you got a spool, which is of course mending. So it might be that you feel the need for mending something, either a relationship or mending yourself. So with that, I would just say, stay in the love frequency, stay in alignment, stay in meditation, and then you will see where to go with that. Now there's gifts coming in the stocking here. So I feel like the gifts are going to be all the gifts that you're going to get once you come through all of this. You got another heart, said made with love on it. So that might be your hobbies and creativity, of course, made with love, made with the hands, but also, again, a message of love. Now you got this little hook here. It's kind of a hooking on to something. So holding on to something. Are you holding on to something for dear life that is in need of letting go now, number 3? Just to have that said. Now you have a dove coming with an olive branch, which is a peace offering. So there might be someone coming towards you with a peace offering. You also have the octopus. The octopus has all its arms out and maybe working a little bit too hard, having its fingers into a little bit too many things. Is that you, number 3? Are you a little bit too busy? Maybe it's time to delegate and let something go. You have the sun here, which is a beautiful, beautiful symbol. And you have the anchor, which is the symbol of hope. But it's also the symbol of something might be holding you back that you need to let go of. So you have to feel into what resonates for you, number 3. And in the end, you got a little angel with a heart on the chest here. So the angels are definitely with you, and they want to be part of your journey moving forward, number 3. So allow them to be, okay? Communicate with them, open up for them. They're talking about opening up here a lot, okay? So I would say that the energies that are potentially coming towards you now, come spring, number 3, can be very beautiful. It can be change. It can be justice. It can be harmony. You're stepping into the magician. You are opening up. You are filling up with light. You're stepping into the joy, the celebration. Lots of love coming your way. You will have your head above water, even though it feels like you're not right now, maybe. You have maybe someone coming in with a peace offering towards you. You have some lucky symbols here. And you have someone in spirit wanting to say hello and say that they love you, okay? So I feel like that was pretty much all I have for you, number 3. I wish you the very best moving towards spring. Thank you so much for being part of this reading today. Until the next time I see you. Bye.